Welcome back to the farm, Sudbury Meadows. Shooting for realism on this one, guys. We are just about 10 o'clock in the morning. Last video we cultivated after we purchased field number 2. The previous owner had gone ahead very nicely of him, and without knowing that I was going to purchase his property, and planted in some sunflowers, which we got rid of. Now my plan is, we cultivated that, but the plan is here now to go back in and plant some grass. So had everything loaded up, got the we were already full of grass from last time when we seeded the wheat next door here, but now we are set to grass. We're gonna get it on the field and get this job done. Now, with seasons, I can do this because it's not going to switch on me. Like I said, I kind of like doing the little headlands here, because there we go. Get that in. See if I connected everything correctly. There we go, we did. I like doing these just because it adds a little bit more to my getting to the end of the field and not missing anything, and also adds more turning space, basically. So we'll do that one. Should be good. And just nick those. Like I was talking in the last video to you guys, let me know in the comments if your thoughts on the grass. If you did already in that last one, great. I haven't had a chance to see those yet, as filming this video, recording this one before that last video is released. But we'll get that checked out here. All right, so I'm gonna go back here, back up, check my mirrors. Perfect. And we'll do across here also. Again, might be kind of silly to you guys, or maybe not quite realistic or whatever, but just one of the things I do. So we'll get that done. And stay off that guy's field. I'd like to get that one. That was a big field. Did not make that turn. So guys, I'm playing this on the PC, and I got my steering wheel that I like to use. Let me know in the comments, what is it you use? Are you on PC? Do you use the keyboard? Do you have a steering wheel setup? Do you use the pedals with the steering wheel, all that kind of stuff? Or do you, I believe there's some people that like to put on like a console controller type thing with the PC even, and play the PC with a controller. Perfectly fine. Just curious what everybody's using. If you're a console player or not and watching the video, that's great. I don't know if any of these contest ones made it on the console. Let me know, maybe. I don't know what you guys get for maps through the mod hub on the console. So it'd be great. I think you get some, but I don't know if you get as many or all of them, or how that all works. But you can learn me. Let me know. So, but yeah, no, always curious. I love using the wheel. It made a huge difference steering with the wheel over the keys on the keyboard. I still like kind of using the, especially when I'm recording, using the keyboard for gas and brake and so on. Just kind of the way my pedals are set, where my mic and everything's set, it's just kind of easier sometimes. But it probably adds, I don't know if you can hear me clicking away on the keyboard, but I'll sometimes go in between the two too. So it depends sometimes how precise I want to get in my driving. I can sometimes control that accelerator and brake better with the keyboard. And then if I got a long drive to do, I can sit back in my chair and just use the pedals. So It's kind of weird, but that's what I do. Someday I'd like to upgrade my PC components that I have, but right now I think they run, for playing Farming Simulator, they do the job pretty well. And for rendering the videos and everything before I upload them, it's doing a good enough job. But you know, what, be 2-3 years old now. Some of the components I have, some even though I bought them new, were probably already a year on market. So it's always fun to upgrade your PC when you get a chance to. So that's something I do want to get a new processor, and also update the graphics card at some point. But I mean, they're doing the job now. It's pretty hard to say that I absolutely need it, but I'm hoping to eventually have a 2K or 1440p monitor with a much faster refresh rate, which again, I realize not a big deal on Farming Simulator, but for some of the other simulator games or games I like to play for fun, it's nice to have that. So, and you know, update that processor also helps with rendering speeds and every other little thing, excuse to have something new there is, right? So, but that's down the road. Again, hey, out of curiosity, what's something you guys use for your CPU and your GPU or computer specs? You can write a comment down below and let me know out of curiosity. Maybe compare it even to the quality video I put out. Trying to do a 1080p video with 60 frames per second. So let me know how that looks on YouTube. Right now I have a Ryzen 1st Gen 1600X. The reason I went the 1600X instead of the 1600 at the time was because the 1600X was on sale for the same price as the 1600. So it made sense to me at the time to just get that one. Then I ended up with a 1060 6 gig, or where were they here? GTX. So that was just lucky enough right before the whole Bitcoin mining took off crazy. So I was able to get it at, I would say, a reasonable market value before everything went skyrocketed. So now it's all back down, and well, with the new stuff out, it's less, but it did come back down to where I bought it, and now it's below. So that is good for now until that market takes off again. But yeah, what are your recommendations for the next one? I'm kind of still thinking a 3600X CPU. I don't need a crazy GPU because right now I don't have the monitor to support it. But like I said, I would like a 2K 144 hertz eventually. So that'll be something, whether either I go with AMD like 5700 or something, or you know, the NVIDIA whatever 2060 Super or something, or 2060 itself even, something like that down the road. But that's other problems. So I got 16 gigs of RAM that were working perfectly fine for everything I do. Even though RAM now is half the price it was when I originally built this PC. So that's it's been tempting to upgrade that to 32 gigs, but then I just not sure that I need to spend the money on something that's probably not going to make a huge difference for anything I do. I kind of pay attention to that usage when I'm doing rendering and doing the video stuff. And at the moment, especially with the PC I have, I don't think it's worth any more than the 16 gigs. So I'll probably stick with that. Oh, we're almost done this field. I think I've got most of it. I think I see one little spot there to the right where I missed a little bit, but otherwise I think we've got pretty good coverage. Oh, another little spot up here. But overall, we're doing pretty well. We're getting our grass put in. All right. Just about done. We have a sliver to do here probably. That's all right. Get that done. We're still early. I think what we'll probably do here, we'll get this finished off, we'll get it put away, and we probably still get a still run the fertilizer on here yet this morning and get that done. Then we'll be running out of current jobs that we have in our farmyard, so we'll have to look at what else we can accomplish. Trying to make the most out of our 3-day seasons that we can. And yeah, don't want to be missing something that we need to be doing. So right now with this series, what I'm doing, and I like to do in most of my series, I guess, is when I get kind of a lull of just work and no talk, is doing a bit of a jump cut, or rather than just showing it all and doing a time lapse. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Do you need to see everything, or jump cut work? Prefer dead silence and the work getting done, or what have you? What's kind of the way to go? Or speeding it up and just showing it all with some music. I know that's the other option too. Just clean it up here a little bit. So honestly, it's all works out kind of the same for me. I'm just going to do a quick tour through the field and make sure I didn't miss anything too much. But I think, jump cuts, if it's not done too crazy amount, can be done cleanly and still show everything you need to show. And obviously the work's getting done. So, but yeah, well, let me know in the comments what you think on that. So we're going to head this back into the farmyard. I want to get this the cedar put away. We do need to invest into a pressure washer, and probably going to need it to invest in some maintenance at some point too. But for now, might just need a pressure washer before anything. So I know that's going to irritate some people. So we'll get this backed in. I'd like to think that typically we will, before we put this thing away, we would refill it. But guess what we did today? We did not. Alright, so we're going to head over here now. And we'll pick up fertilizer, if I can remember how to steer. Now we should have lots of fertilizer left, I think. And we need to connect it. That was a long connect. Connect that, hold that down, and we should be good. There we go. Almost worth watching now, eh? Alright, so we'll head that back out. I'm going to get this done. This will not take much time at all, but that'll probably complete our video for today. But we'll get it done, and it'll be out of the way, and then not sure, I guess, not even sure how much it affects our grass field, but if it does, it's going to be fertilized. So would have been nice to have plowed it first too and limed it, of course, but we will get to that as we expand. All right, so turn on. Perfect. Let's go. So hopefully I'm hitting everything. We'll try and get this done. Hopefully not have too much overlap or miss too much. Either way. Again, this is just a grass field, so honestly, I'm not sure if it's not like a crazy end of the world if it's not completely fertilized perfectly. But let's pride in your property and your job, so we'll try and do our best. I feel like I'm a long way from that last row, but maybe we're hopefully hitting it. Cedar's up high. I don't know if it's... Should probably look into that, whether I'm supposed to have the cedar up or down. Let's try if I can get all of this in one pass. I think we will. Going easy that way, and obviously that way, so I think we're good. That took no time at all to get that job done. Alright, so shut her down, let's see what we missed. Wow, we missed a lot right here. Not even sure how that happened, but... Well, this part I understand, but that first part... Now, the other thing I've never thought to look at was whether or not, since we plowed a seeded field in, is if we would get credit for that for fertilizing purposes. And we will have to keep in mind if we are fertilizing our next round is to probably have to get different tires so we don't destroy our crop. Alright. But yeah, when we plowed that in, or when we cultivated that other field in, it's sometimes you get credit, but we didn't have a growth stage on, so we may not. If it was green, if there's first stage of growth on there, I would say if we had germinated, for example, in seasons, we may have gotten a credit for fertilization. But either way, it's done now. So yeah, that was our morning. We got a lot done actually. Cultivated field 2, purchased field 2, cultivated field 2, seeded field 2, and fertilized it. So lower it so I can see by it, and we'll get that back in there. And we'll hop out. Alright, wires off, PTO's off, disconnected. And we'll park the beast. That's really what we have to do for what we own at the current. We have $100,000 left, but that's just great. I really don't want to spend a pile more of that on anything unless we absolutely need it. So yeah, but we'll find something to do. We'll be back next episode. We got a whole afternoon to figure out what to do with. So please subscribe, like this video, comment, give me answer some of those questions, or give me your thoughts on this series if you want, and if you subscribe or like if you want to follow along. But yeah, we'll be back. We'll do some more. We'll find something to do. I don't know if we can pick up another job if there's nothing on our farm to do, but we will stay busy and carry on with late spring. We'll be into in the next, or no, we'll still be mid-spring, but just this afternoon. So day 2. But the seasons are going by fast. So soon enough, we'll be trudging through the winter wondering what to do with ourselves. So see you in the next one.